So overall, these three initiatives will reduce around 85 tons of plastic a year. At the beginning, when we looked at them, once you've found the solution, you look at them and it's simple. But sometimes, the magic is in the simplicity of things, and they've turned out to be very successful in having a big impact.
At the recent IATA World Cargo Symposium held in Istanbul, LATAM Cargo was awarded the IATA Air Cargo Corporate Innovation Award. LATAM Cargo was recognized for its plastic reduction projects in its cargo operations in Chile and Brazil. These initiatives were designed by LATAM employees and are part of the commitment to become a zero waste to landfill group by 2027. To discuss more about the unique project and the reasons why this initiative of reuse, reduce and recycle was the winner at the IATA World Cargo Symposium in Istanbul, I have with me Daniela Vial, Director of Product Development at LATAM Cargo, someone who has been leading this project. Daniela, first of all, congratulations and thank you for finding time to talk to us.
Thank you, Reji. It's a pleasure as well.
Give us a brief history of this project and what prompted LATAM to launch something like this.
Midst of the pandemic, the biggest crisis that the aviation industry has seen probably, we sat down as a group or what role do we want to have in this industry? What is the role that we want to have in the countries where we operate? And in that sense, in May of 2021, LATAM Airlines Group launched their comprehensive sustainability strategy. It's a strategy that aims, that works on three different pillars: on climate change, on circular economy, and on shared value. And we set ourselves very challenging goals in order to, improve or reduce the environmental footprint that we leave as a company and become an asset in the countries where we operate. So in climate change, we're aiming to be carbon neutral by 2050. On circular economy, as you said, we're working on being zero waste to landfill by 2027. And we also have another goal of eliminating single-use plastics by the end of this year. And then on shared value, we want to collaborate with the communities where we operate and contribute with our expertise and our connectivity through our Solidarity Plane program. I think it was that. It was wanting or understanding where did we want to be as a company and how did we want to contribute to the countries where we operate for the next 30, 50 years. So that's when this strategy was born, and it has been implemented full force in the last couple of years.
You had three projects spread across two countries that you operate, Chile and Brazil. Tell us briefly about these three projects that eventually went on to win the award at Istanbul.
In our circular economy pillar, where we're aiming to be zero waste to landfill by 2027, we've started looking at different solutions, right? The first source of waste that we have, or the biggest source of waste that we have, is plastic. So the team in the ground, our collaborators, starting to look for alternatives to replace or reduce the plastic that we were using. So we presented three initiatives that we have fully implemented. The first one is a pallet blanket cover for our narrow body operation in Chile. Basically what it consists of is we replace the stretch film that we used to put on a pallet to take the cargo out to the aircraft, but for a reusable blanket. This blanket can be reused around 1,200 times, and it's aiming to reduce 45 tons of plastic a year. And the idea was brought to us by one of our collaborators, and we tested it quite a few times, improved the original design, the durability, the resistancy of the blanket. So right now, that's our first initiative that's being implemented in Chile, and hopefully we will be able to expand that to other locations as well. The second initiative is also in Chile. We replaced the stretch film that was used in our international import process. The stretch film to surround a pallet was replaced by a stretchable tape, a 3M tape, and that is reducing by at least 80%, if not more, the plastic that we were using in that operation, aiming to reduce probably 24 tons of plastic a year. And the third one is in Brazil, where we implemented another pallet cover blanket, different than the one in Chile because we had to account for the weather in Brazil. It rains a lot more in Sao Paulo than it does in Chile. And this pallet cover blanket is being used for our storage process in Guarulhos, as well as our surface operation in Sao Paulo. and that's aiming to reduce 13 tons of plastic waste a year. So overall, these three initiatives will reduce around 85 tons of plastic a year. At the beginning, when we looked at them, once you've found the solution, you look at them and it's simple. But sometimes, the magic is in the simplicity of things, and they've turned out to be very successful in having a big impact.
Certainly, the magic is in the simplicity of things. Daniela, going forward, what are the other projects that you will endeavor to do to be sustainable, to be carbon neutral, net zero by 2050?
So regarding climate change, we will continue working on initiatives regarding SAF, which we all know it's not an easy topic to discuss. Production of SAF in the region is something that we definitely need to somehow see increased, as there's none right now. And we will continue working on the different aspects of having more efficient aircrafts and technology that can help with that. And regarding circular economy and zero waste to landfills, we will continue expanding the initiatives that we have currently implemented, as well as looking for other solutions and other initiatives that will help us continue reducing plastic, and not only plastic, but also other sources of waste. There's wood and there's other sources of waste that we need to start addressing as well. And this year, we're working on establishing the right management system in order to do this efficiently in an organized way. And on climate change, other than SAF, we have implemented a really beautiful and robust program that is called 1+1 Compensate to Conserve. Basically, Our clients on the passenger side and on the freighter side can compensate their CO2 emissions on projects that aim to conserve the South American environment. So they're projects that LATAM has done their diligence. So we trust like CO2BO in Colombia. And this is a program that has great acceptance by our clients in cargo. So we will continue definitely strengthening that option and that alternative for our clients as well.
Do you plan to take any of these projects to any other countries that you operate?
Yes, definitely. So currently, these two initiatives are in Chile and Brazil, but we've implemented a good recycling program around our network. And while we go and test these initiatives, then the second phase is obviously expanding to wherever these initiatives can be applied. So definitely looking to our whole network and to look for opportunities to implement everywhere we operate.
Daniela, for LATAM Cargo, how important was this recognition at the global air cargo industry stage?
It's important for a couple of reasons. First, it really showcases the company's commitment to reducing its environmental footprint and promoting sustainability business practices. On the other hand, I think it's super valuable because it recognizes the hard work of the people that are giving life to these initiatives. So if it wasn't for our operational team on the ground that came up with these ideas and that have been pushing for these to be implemented and pushing it for these to move forward, this wouldn't be a reality. So I also think this helps give them the visibility that they deserve, as well as motivating others to do the same. And for them to realize the importance of the things that they are doing, that this is not only valuable and recognized by us internally, but also by the industry. And last but not least, even though the award kind of sets us apart or strengthens our reputation as a responsible and sustainable company, I think what's more important is that it may inspire other companies in the industry to implement similar initiatives and contribute to a more sustainable future for the logistics sector. When we share these initiatives and we kind of create a collaborative environment, we can learn from each other's experiences and probably start moving this industry forward faster if we kind of learn from each other and we all not have to go through so much testing. And that was part of the reason why we want to present this, is we wanted others to see that sometimes there are simple solutions that everybody can implement, and we're looking forward to also learning from other companies and what they're doing to see if we can adapt those solutions also, and as an industry become more sustainable.
Daniela, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate joining us.
Thank you.